Hey everybody, how you doing tonight? Now you know me from my YouTube channel where I do my poems and my art and poetry as always, which I love very much. And you also know me for doing something different along with them. So yeah. So tonight I'm doing something new on my YouTube channel. So yeah. Actually I'm doing something new. Sorry, let me try that again. I'm doing something new with this video. And it's gonna be added to my YouTube channel. This is going to be a first ever A.C.M moment. And if you're wondering what those if you're wondering what those three letters mean, the A.C.M, as they are with the word moment, if you want to know what that means, allow me to tell you. This is going to be a video, an A.C.M video, which stands for first ever Autism Childhood Memory Video. So, yeah. In this video, I'm going to tell you how my life was like growing up in East Hartford as I tell the exact truth coming from me. So yeah, so for tonight, here's the first video of my first ever autism childhood memory. And I'm going to put down what I've written down about how life was like growing up in East Hartford. So yeah, so you're going to want to hear this from me as this comes from me trying to speak the truth of what my life was like with autism as times were really changing. Coming from the early 2000s to now where we are with 2024 still happening, but on the verge of finding itself being closed as we head to the new year. So yeah, so you're gonna want to hear this come from me. A.C.M. childhood. Oh, sorry, A.C.M. An autism childhood memory video coming from me. So here we go. Autism is a very special blessing I would never repeat. I would never ignore. And to tell the truth, living in an environment where many people try to change or dictate you was a nightmare. As if you felt change was never coming, not even going to exist, as society was still growing. So when I say the words, living in an environment where many people try to change or dictate you, that's exactly how I felt when it came to East Hartford. The force of dictation was the absolute nightmare I could not really stand when growing up in East Hartford. When you hear the words from me, then you hear from how I really felt growing up in East Hartford, as you can tell. Noticing, actually, as I tell you this, there are many reasons why I like to venture out other places besides where I was living. So yeah, the force of dictation was the absolute nightmare I could not really stand when growing up in East Hartford. I always wanted to be my own character, even if it meant finding out who I really was while growing up in a condescending, insulting, disrespectful, and more likely could care less landscape, along with many individuals who didn't give a damn about you. East Hartford, I'm going to tell you this right now as the honest truth. East Hartford was a divided area. When I say divided area, you know exactly what I mean. A divided area by two separate environments. Those who didn't live with a silver spoon in their mouths, and those who did live with a silver spoon in their mouths. The saying was always said with respect and disrespect. Where I'm from with my family, I always show great respect, especially to those who are trying to get somewhere in life very much. So if you want to know what I meant by those words as I was reading my A.C.M moment coming from what I had written down. So here's this. When you look at East Hartford, and I've noticed this from the very beginning when I first moved here with my mom and my brother, going back to the 90s. So, yeah, we moved here in the late 90s, saying like 1996. And I noticed there were two areas in East Hartford that always made East Hartford become a much divided area. No matter how much you try to say you're not a divided area, but you always see something right in front of you, which is what leads to what you still see till this day. So, when I say divided areas, I mean two separate environments who always play by their own rules. There are those when I say this. There are those who did live with a silver spoon in their mouths, and there are those who did live with a silver spoon in their mouths. Those who didn't live with a silver spoon in their mouths, they always show great respect to those who are trying to get somewhere in life and would never plan on, not even intend to disrespect them, as you can tell. But then there are others who want to do the opposite of that stuff because they were filled with a silver spoon in their mouths. When I say those words, because their mommy and their daddy were always bigger success individuals who had something going on in their lives. And next thing you know, talk about how they got this and that, how they always got the end of where they were heading because their parents are like on top of the mountain of being success throne rulers. When I say throne rulers, like ruling the throne of their success of doing what they do, as you can tell. And when you play that game, which relates to those who live with super spoon, when you play that game, especially those who like to play a game called "Live with a Silver Spoon in Your Mouth," you always show the opposite of respect, which is disrespect. And I see that wherever I go, especially when the word condescending, along with insulting and disrespectful, is always included. So yeah, me, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was never born with a silver spoon in my mouth. I mean, I always show great respect. Respect was like the most important thing that came from my family because someone's trying to get somewhere in life. But then you have others who just the only reason they'll get somewhere in life is if someone gives them this in a way of them trying to get to where they are. The next thing they know, then they let it all go to waste because they chose not to work hard for it to fit them, or more likely want a better job that pays much more money so they can have things go in their direction. It was like, my goodness. You see, this is what I'm talking about when it comes to the Gen X area. So yeah, but I'm not gonna talk about that right now. I'm just saying, when you see individuals who were born with silver spoon in their mouths, you notice that the disrespect always comes from them. But when you see others who were never born with a silver spoon in their mouths, you show great respect to them because they're trying to get somewhere in life, versus them being what everyone is these days of being the opposite of not having a silver spoon in your mouth, and that's having a silver spoon in your mouth. And the same is always said with respect and disrespect, because like I said, I came from a family where we always show great respect to those who are trying to get somewhere in life versus others who intend not to do the exact same thing because they believe that once they get to where they are, they'll have what they wanted, they'll be on top of the mountain, they've got the throne of being success rulers, and next thing you know, find themselves in trouble and they feel like, I can't fix this. Can you come here and fix this for me? Can you do this for me? I got a flat eye, or can you replace this flat eye for me? I mean, you got where I'm from, you always show great respect, but those who don't, that's just no. That's something I would never tolerate as ever. So right now, I'm gonna close off this AMC video moment. Tonight was the first one, so it was called AMC, which stand a wait. Did I say AMC? I'm so sorry. I mean This was an A.C.M moment video where I talk about how life was like with me growing up with autism. Yeah, so this was our first ever A.C.M video, and like I said, it stands for Autism Childhood Memory. We talk about how life was like and how life was with autism. As you saw, it's something very special, something very wonderful, even glorious, that could really help the world breathe even more in a way of making a difference be made, as you can tell. So yeah, tonight was the first video of my first ever A.C.M video, my Autism Childhood Memory video. You're more than welcome to watch this. I mean, yeah, to those out there who are on the spectrum, the autism spectrum, if you ever want to make a video like this, like what I'm doing right now, you are more than welcome to do it because it will just help you get your stories out and just tell how life was like growing up with autism and how autism made you become a very wonderful fellow, and how it made you shine so bright that you were the reason, the absolute reason, along with others, that kept the world breathing in a way you thought would never happen, but it did happen. All thanks to you, loves, in a very good way. So yeah, Like I said, you're more welcome to watch this first ever A.C.M video. Like I said, that stands for Autism Childhood Memory Video. So yeah. That loves, I just want to say thank you for your time. I hope you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving weekend. I know I did, and I'll see you loves another time. Have a good night, my friends. Take care, loves. Especially all the loves on the autism spectrum.